Unk Talk today, unpopular opinion. I'm your host, Uncle KG, and this is Unk Talk. Well, the opinion may be unpopular, but the conversation is necessary. I want to thank you for joining me today. So, on this episode of Unk Talk, I'll pose a question to you. Is it their mental health, or is it an excuse? Is it their mental health, or is it an excuse? So, this may be sensitive for some people, but we don't care. This is Unk Talk. It's an unpopular opinion, but a conversation that's necessary. So, in today's climate, we hear so much about mental health, mental health, mental health. Everybody take care of your mental health. Mental health is so important these days. School shootings, my mental health. Drug addiction, my mental health. Lack of motivation, my mental health. Listen, me being a fireman, going on almost 9 years. Been a fireman going on 9 years. I've seen a lot. I've been around different scenes. I've experienced a lot. Things have happened to me personally, professionally. I myself have spoken to a therapist before. I've done it. I did it for like almost 2 years, right? So I encourage it. I'm a component of mental health. That is number one. Mental health. You have to take care of your mental, your mind, your brain. Your mental health is vital. It's important. Extremely important. However, we cannot use mental health as an excuse. We're using that as a cop out now. In today's climate, because that is such a sensitive topic, we use that as an excuse for us to not be motivated. We use that as an excuse to procrastinate. We use that as an excuse to not push forward. We use that as an excuse for our bad decision making, the choices that we make. Everything is not your mental health. Everything is not your mental health. You have people that are really struggling, deep depression. I have coworkers who have, done the unthinkable. So mental health is serious. But you cannot use that as a cop out or an excuse for you repeatedly making the same decisions over and over and over again. Everything is not your mental health. It's like nobody wants to say, hey, I made a mistake. I was wrong for that. We're taking the human aspect of accountability and blaming it on our mental health. Everything not your mental health, man. I'm so tired of that narrative being painted. Oh, my mental health, my mental health. No, guess what? You decided to make a bad choice in that situation. You decided to do something. You knew it was right, but you didn't care at the time because you were selfish, because you wanted your cake and you wanted to eat it too, because you just didn't want to do it, because you lacked the motivation, because you procrastinated. Those were your own selfish reasons. That had nothing to do with your mental health. Stop using that as a cop out. Stop using that as a cop out, man. You got people that's really depressed and struggling out here. They wish that they was in your shoes. They really got mental issues going on, and you out here playing. You out here playing. I can tell you right now, most people who have issues with their mental health, most of them don't even know that it's their mental health. They don't even understand what's really happening. Up top, they might think that they're fine. It's not until they sit down with somebody a professional, because everybody, we all therapists, right? Just because you give good advice to your family and your friends don't make you qualified to diagnose somebody. I'm not saying that it is your mental health. I'm not saying that it ain't your mental health. But I'm telling you, if you are an able-bodied person, every bad choice or decision that you make is not your mental health. That sounds a whole lot better than saying, you know what, I'm selfish. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. See, we're not ready to have that conversation. We're not ready to deliver that bearer of honesty, that brutal honesty. Look, man, I'm selfish. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Plain and simple. I didn't care about your feelings at that time. I feel like doing this, so I did it and said I'll deal with the consequences later. See, that doesn't sound right. That don't roll off the tongue the right way. That can be too harsh, right? So we just, my mental health. Man, I need to work on my mental health. My mental health. Look, man, some of it is you just being soft. You making excuses. And if you are a person that's really battling mental health issues, I pray for you. I hope that you get over the hump. I hope that you're seeking assistance, that you're seeking some outside help, some outside resources. But some of y'all playing, and y'all just want a minute. Society want a minute. Everything is not your mental health. Some of it is just your own personal feelings. Some of it is just who you are as a person. I'd rather say I need to work on my mental development than just my regular personal development. Because my mental, that's going to get the empathy. It's going to get people to sympathize and feel for me. It's going to get them off my back. They're not going to hold me as accountable. Let's stop playing, man. You able to make the right choice. You able to put yourself in the right situation. But due to your lack of discipline, your lack of caring, the amount of selfishness, you decided to do what you wanted to do. But that don't sound right. So I can't be that brutally honest. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. That'll actually grant you a little bit more respect when you be brutally honest with people. Even if you say, look, man, I got a problem. I don't know how to stop. Some things we do is not our past trauma. Some things we do is not because my mama, because my daddy, because of this. Some of it is just you. And just say, I need to improve as a person. I need to be better as a person. Because a lot of us, if we can't find somebody else to blame, we're going to use our mental health. You can't do that, man. Stop doing that. Because it's people that's actually suffering. I know people that's actually suffering. I got coworkers that's suffering, family and friends that's suffering, and you out here playing. It's not a game, man. Hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable. Be honest with the people around you and be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. That'll grant you more respect than what you think. That'll make people feel more inclined to accept you for who you are. That might help them understand who you are and make them want to help you even more. But when you say mental health, it's nothing that I can really do to help you besides refer you to a professional. And 90% of y'all don't even want to do that. So stop playing these games, man. It ain't your mental health. It's yourself. That's all I got for y'all today, man. Untalk today, unpopular opinion. Well, the opinion may be unpopular, but the conversation is necessary. Till next time. Peace.